Well, hello YouTube. How you doing? All right. So today, some interesting stuff happening. This is what I want to cover. Um, Basically, we've got some things that are happening in the market. We'll do a quick market recap. What's happened today? We're going to have a quick look at the news. Then I want to go into a review on Experty. I want to do a review pretty much live with you right now, so you can get an idea of processes I go through when I'm looking at these ICOs, and then we'll finish up. So hopefully we'll keep this pretty short. Hopefully 20 minutes we can get through it. We'll see how we can go. So we'll start off with the market today. Basically, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple did pretty well, between 5 and 14%. Some increases there. Bitcoin Cash didn't go up at all. It stayed about the same. Same with Litecoin, didn't go anywhere. And Cardano and IOTA, Dash, NEM, all of them up. The EOS pretty much stayed the same. So not much happening there at the moment, but we've got a little bit of green, which is a great thing. But not much happening on Bitcoin Cash. That's interesting. We're at 15,228 for Bitcoin. So not much happening, but we're right into the end of this year now. This is on the let's have a look at the date today, 29th December. So we're getting ready to go into a year, like people on holidays. So there's not much happening, I would imagine. Okay, so let's have a look. Next thing, I had a quick look at the news, and there's a couple of things that are interesting. The first thing was South Korean government. They were talking about that and how I tried to find some of the links to what the government was saying, and there was one point in there about what they were saying about South Korea is it accounts for about 1/5 of all the volume of the cryptocurrency space. So, obviously if something happens there, it does affect it being 1/5 of the market size. Now, I couldn't find any real links or news. If you find something, please comment below. But I just I had a quick look at this Bloomberg. I clicked on this Bloomberg video, had a quick look at that. They're attributing that the markets were down because of the South Korean exchanges. They wanted to essentially, the government was a bit concerned about Bitcoin's prices, and so they were saying, well, this is why it's dipped. That's quite possible. We did see that before, like on the China ban, there was a drop back there, but that could be the case. But yeah, I can't see any real news pieces. I've just sort of a bit of speculation there, so I'm not 100% if that's true or not. But that's what they're talking about. We'll just have a go back and see what else there was. There was a couple of other articles, something I saw on Twitter, and it was John McAfee. And whether you like it or not, he's got a lot of influence. And apparently his account was hacked. I don't know if it was exactly hacked or whether someone just pretended to be him and put out some tweets about which ones they were getting into. Because he was doing a coin of the day, and he just switched it to coin of the week. So he was doing like basically a different coin every day recently, and now he's changing it to a week. Well, someone put out a coin, and obviously they had the intentions of holding a lot of that coin and then selling it on the recommendations, because there was a lot of people that were actually going on those recommendations, and some of the coins have went up quite a lot since John McAfee has spoken about that. So that was interesting. But just be aware that he only announces stuff on Twitter. If we have a quick look at the Twitter, we'll have a quick look here. Just see if I can see what it says. But you'll find that he's only got one account, and it's John McAfee. And that's where you sort of get news from. Now, he's got 500,000, if I remember rightly, 500,000 followers on Twitter. So when he says something, there's a lot of people that do actually get that information. And it's very interesting to see the reaction of when he says something and what happens. We'll just see if we can bring up his account. Let's have a quick look. See what we can find. It's not really loading. I might leave that for a second. We'll go back to Cointelegraph and see what they've got some more information there. This was interesting. Samsung founder fined for storing billions in 200 offshore bank accounts, apparently being fined. Don't know if he's going to go to jail, but that was interesting. So these big companies, big people in companies that have a lot of wealth, and they're trying to avoid getting that taxed by the government, and so they store it on offshore accounts. Perhaps they're in crypto, and it's just interesting. You'll see a lot more of that come through. Let's see if Twitter's loaded. No, it's not doing anything at all. Might refresh that, see what it says. Here we go. First one. Yeah, so you'll see a little blue tick next to it. That means that it's official, and I think his Twitter name is official MCAFEE. So this is what it looks like. So yeah, check it out. But 542,000 followers. So he's got definitely a following. I've seen some videos he's put out. He's a very interesting character, and certainly he's been around a long time. And I think he's got a good understanding of the crypto space, and he's spent most of his lifetime in cybersecurity. So yeah, very interesting to listen to, and he talks about certain coins and different projects that he thinks are going to do well. So I might come back to that in a second. We'll see if that's going to load. Alright, so that was the main things on news I saw. Nothing else really was too exciting there. So let's move on to the this ICO that's coming up. So this is we're on ICOdrops.com. It's a great site for ICOs, and this is Experty, and you can check out this video when you go to this page. I'll make sure I drop the link in so you can check it out. Essentially, it's a service whereby they've got some explainer videos that goes through and even an example of how the software works. And their idea is to have a mobile app and a web app, and essentially you'll be able to communicate via, let's say we're doing let's say you've got some knowledge, right? Let's say you're good at something, but you want to charge out for your time and get people to pay you. Now, they've done this they're doing this for the crypto space. So basically, they're going to be doing a service whereby you can offer your services, and people will pay you for those services in this coin, okay, that they're doing, this token. And I haven't seen anything like this done before. It's kind of like, imagine Skype or some sort of maybe messenger, and if it had some sort of built-in payment system. But with all those systems, they're centralized, and the idea behind this is to decentralize it and start that from the ground up. So it is different. Haven't seen anything like this. The good thing about it is I went through their website and had a good look at it, but we'll just have a quick look at some of the information here. The hype is rated high. Now they only want to raise like 9 million. They've already raised money already. There's 100 million tokens. They're only doing 33%, which is a little bit disappointing, because when it scored on my token metrics, that was quite low. They offer some discounts. So now the good thing is you can actually join the whitelist for this. So that's important to get on, and I'll show you that in a second where you can join for the whitelist. Unsold tokens will be burned. The company's been set up in Switzerland. There's some screenshots there. So yeah, I've already had a good look at this. I've signed up for the whitelist already, and I just thought I'd share a little bit of information and go through how I researched this. So you go on here, you look at the white paper and click through and have a look at the website. So I have a look at the website. Now, they're taking applications up to the 15th of January, and this is sort of like a prototype of the app. So you'll see the contacts there, you'll see how much they charge per minute. Now, they haven't sort of mentioned too much about this, but this might also be, I just had a thought, like this could be also used in the sort of what the porn industry does, where they charge by the minute and do like video one-on-one type situation. So it has a use for that as well. Also, all your general mainstream business communications and anyone that has knowledge, like they've got here, a lawyer, cardiologist, a developer, surgeon. So the people that you might want to get access to, and you know you can get access to them, you just got to pay that, you know, that billing rate. So it's a good way to monetize your knowledge. And at the moment, like you can do Skype calls, but then you've got to set up payment for it. There is some plugins and some other apps you can sort of use, but nothing integrated and nothing decentralized built on a cryptocurrency. So this is very interesting project. So they've got 8,000 in the Telegram group, which is quite high. They've got some explainer videos coming up here. So you can check out this explainer video. It explains the concept behind it and what they're trying to do. They've got this great application demo where they actually demo the software, and they show it how you would call, how it uses it debits and credits the accounts, and it's all built on this blockchain. So that's good. Basically, instant access to whoever you need. You get the answers you need, and you get instant payment. So there's a lot of people. Essentially, what they want to do is, like paid group calls, webinars, scheduling, texting, group text, conversation recording, one-on-one text, screen sharing, video calls. So this goes on all the time, but it's how to monetize it. And they're going to build that right into the app. So I haven't seen any other projects that like that. If you do know of any other projects, maybe not even in the blockchain space, maybe if you know of something that just uses, USD or whatever, put that in the comments below so I can check that out. Now they've got here, Omar's actually crypto. If you follow Crypto's channel, which I advise you to do that. But he's got an interview there with Experty, and these are all the other people involved in the business. And scroll down a bit further. Let's wait for that. A bit slow with the internet. I think at this time of the afternoon people get on. Slows down everything. Okay, so the idea is you have your knowledge, you set your amount per minute rate, then you share your link, and it can be via any way really, LinkedIn or Messenger or something like that. And then you get on a conversation with that person, and they will pay you in crypto using the tokens that they have. And I believe they'll have some sort of system for converting from normal fiat currencies into the tokens. So the first people they're sort of focusing on is influencers in the blockchain space, which is really good. There's a lot of people involved in that. Blockchain YouTubers like Omar, they've got a few more, I think, and also advisors, developers, people running ICOs, and also premium support for exchanges. So they're sort of building around the blockchain community and this product that will actually solve a lot of problems and help the people in the community in this area. So they're definitely going to have a market that's already there with existing problems. So I think that it's great. They've definitely put here not a marketplace, and this is their roadmap. So essentially this company has existed before, and they've done a lot of projects. I believe they're using React to build this, which is a pretty impressive would just say basically the way you program like a language. So by using that, they can build like iOS, Android web apps. So they're going to build these into Q1, Q2 all a lot for like call me web links and that sort of stuff. Also, they're going to do desktop beta, and then they're going to bring out desktop beta for Mac OS and Windows at the end of the year. So yeah, basically that's their strategy of getting the product out there. They've obviously got the skills and to do it, and the idea is to run this token, and that will be the currency on the platform. So this is a quick look at the what they're doing with the tokens. So 9 million, which is what they're going for, and they've got the some of the breakdowns here. So now I did think that 33% for contributors was pretty low. So as I said, it scored low on the metrics. And then they've got the company. What important was the company's got 3 years, and they split that up into 30. I think it was 36 months. They release 1/36 every month on the tokens that come available, and the tokens for partners. So partners already got in is locked for 18 months. So there's going to be no dumping. The company's not going to be able to dump the tokens as well, which is fantastic. They're doing a little bit of marketing. They got airdrops and bounties, about 3%, which is fine. It's going to be an ERC20 token. They're going to take ETH, and essentially we're looking at 1 ETH, 1,000. Let's call it XE token. I haven't heard it pronounced yet, but let's go with XE token, EXY token, 1,000 XE token to 1 ETH. Now, I checked before on the value of that. It worked out about 75 cents with current ETH prices USD. And these are the deadline. They have a proof of caring, so you can join up and become like a partner. If you're an influencer or you want to contribute in some way, they're paying out bonuses. And basically you've got to put a claim in of what you're going to do, and it's quite an involved process. But if you want to do that, you can get yourself some bonuses. That's the deadline 15th, and then the ICO date's 25th. It goes for a month. I've got a feeling it's going to sell out before that, because yeah, I'll get to that in a second why I think it's going to go well. So these are breakdown of what they're going to spend it on. Biggest thing is 40% software development, marketing promotion, which is huge. You've got to have that, and 15% for long-term research, and 5% I think legal and admin. So that's a breakdown there. They've had this is the team, the CEO. Now I did have a look. There was a video I saw about the CEO, the founder, and what he sort of how he's been in development and what stuff they've been developing. So that's been really interesting, and I'll try and find the link for that. These are some of the advisors. I think they've got a lot of good advisors there, and they've got a good, strong team with the development. So I encourage you to check out the information on here. Do your own research. I had a quick look over at Medium, and on Medium, this is where they put some of their blogs. Now this was this is sort of older news. Perhaps you don't know about it, but let's click through to this one here. Remember, they were talking about influencers and people in the space and reaching out to them. So they've signed up with NewsBTC and basically doing something with them. They're looking for ambassadors. Now, what was interesting was this gentleman here. And if you're in this space, you would know of probably Jeff Berwick, Dollar Vigilante, massive YouTube channel. And he plans to use the Experty app to connect with his audience. Now, he's the first ambassador. Now, if you're looking for someone to influence and get the word out, that would be Jeff. So I think that would be a massive amount of support behind him. I think someone might comment on how many. Yeah, comment below if you know exactly how many YouTube subscribers Jeff has, let alone his other community, which he has for his newsletters. So yeah, if you do know the answer, please drop that in the comments below. That would be great. And so that's going to be one. Also, I would imagine that people like Crypto, he might get involved in it as well. So that will be interesting. But if some of these high-level people get on first and they get to beta test it and get to use this, I think they're going to encourage other people to get involved. I think it's fantastic, and you only need someone like this and more people like this to actually onboard people into this app, and instantly you're going to bring on a huge onboarding of users into this. So I really think this is going to blow up, and especially with they're only asking 9 million, I really can't see it lasting long when they've got people like Jeff promoting it and talking about it. And so that was very interesting. Checked out GitHub. They've got some minimal code on here. Nothing sort of major. I'd imagine they're keeping a lot of the code perhaps proprietary. If you're familiar with GitHub or familiar with the code, comment below. That'd be great just to see what your thoughts are on it. At the moment, I can't see too much there with the code. I would say they're going to build that in-house, and maybe when the time comes, they'll release that on GitHub. But I imagine they'll keep that for as long as possible. If they start giving away their code now, then other people can jump on it and they'll have no advantage. So I think, that's to be expected. Okay, so I think I've covered that. Now, off screen, I've got my little spreadsheet, which I've went through before. Basically, I was looking through the spreadsheet. I've got this spreadsheet that I use. I'm part of a course. I learn a lot about these ICOs, and as part of that course, we go through the token metrics and a whole bunch of other factors and how we come up with it. So if you're even just interested in that, you'll see some links there below on how I learn about ICOs. But basically, I've gone through this spreadsheet, and so there's a few different things, but as I said, the token metrics weren't that good. But there was a professional website, they got GitHub, they got huge community support, and also with celebrities, they got someone like Jeff Berwick and crypto possibly involved in it. So when I did my due diligence on this one, I scored about 74 out of 100, and with that, I'm willing to put in between, I'd say probably two ETH in. I want to keep it pretty sort of low risk, so maybe 2 ETH I'll put into this, and just see how that pans out. But I'm pretty confident it will do well, and this is only just getting started. So I encourage you to at least check it out and see what you think of the actual app itself. Definitely just get an idea of what it could be used for and how people can connect. And I think within the year, once they have this rolled out, and it'll definitely take a life on its own. So I think that's well worth looking at. So you'll need to register for the whitelist and make sure you get on that. And because if you don't get on the whitelist, you can't participate in the ICO. So if you're not sure where to go for that one, go to ICO Drops, and it's called icodrops.com. Experty, EXPERTY. You can check out the video there, and you can check out the website, the white paper. Also, you can look at their social links at Telegram. Encourage you to join Telegram. Have a look at the Medium. If you're into Medium, you can follow them on Medium as well. And also, I think they've got Twitter. They've actually got, if you click up the top here, they've got all their links. You'll actually find it on their website as well, but ICO Drops, they've got the links up the top, just here called social links, and you can click on those social links and go through and have a look at what they've got. So yeah, I think this will do very well. I might do, if anyone else has any questions about it, and you're not sure of anything, just drop them down in the comments below. But I think that's covered about it. I will talk to you again soon. Alrighty, okay, see you tomorrow, bye.